We do have a big board. Squad Commander could allow us to finish them off, but again, they could just destroy Squad Commander here. We don't have the defenses really needed. We don't have the Concerted Defense or the Selfless Savior down. But even without them, we have a lot of units to throw at them, right? And Maskwood means we have an ever-growing army, so that's good. I have a feeling like we're due for a land, though. I know we just drew a land, but we've sort of been drawing too good, you know, to not.
Must reach. Combo.
No, you will never reach it.
But why?
Because I hated math in school.
What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and are you ready to P-A-R-T-Y partay? Because today we're playing a Maskwood party deck, a masquerade, if you will, right? Because a masked party is a masquerade, or, you know, something like that. Anyways, the idea today is to play Maskwood Nexus alongside party creatures, obviously, to sort of turn one party creature into all types of party creatures, therefore making the 4-party limit mechanic much easier to reach, right, and much more realistic. We also have Squad Commander in the deck because it wouldn't be a party if you didn't have a commander of the party, right? So 4 mana, 3/3. When Squad Commander enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token for each creature in your party. Now, obviously, if you have Maskwood down prior to playing this, you just get to create 4 because you're awesome, right? And you already have 4 creatures down, I'm assuming, or 3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Now, generally with Squad Commander, you're just trying to piece this together and hope, you know, or you're playing it with Winota, and again, sort of hoping, right? But Maskwood allows all of your creatures to be all creature types, which means you only need 4 creatures down and Squad Commander works. Immediately, you get to swing in with everything, and it's, well, rather beautiful, right? A couple new things that we're adding to the deck, not just the Maskwood Nexus. No. Alrighty, so diving into the bottom end, we also have Archpriest of Iona. This is a star power 2 health creature. It reads its power is equal to the number of creatures in your party, and of course, if you have Maskwood down, well, then it's just going to build per creatures in general. Of course, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn as well. This helps you to be more evasive, and you can send even this itself into the sky for, excuse me, for a nice 5/3 flyer that's, well, a little evasive. Malgear Blood Priest also benefits off of the Maskwood, as whenever it enters battlefield, each opponent is going to lose X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Obviously, again, you have 4 creatures, this comes down, deals 4 immediately. Also, you have a 2/1, and so on and so forth. Acquisitions, another card that's going to benefit greatly from having multiple party members down, right? Opponent has to reveal more cards. You get to have a wider selection of what you want to make them discard. We have 2 copies of Giant Killer. Now, this isn't a party card, but the nice thing with Maskwood is it turns it into one. So we get to have strong cards such as Giant Killer, which takes out big creatures and taps undesirable ones, right? And not matter that they're not party creatures. Similarly, so we have Selfless Savior. That was a whole lot of S's, but I got through it. So this 1 mana 1/1 allows you to sacrifice it at any speed, instant speed, whatever you want to call it, and give another target creature indestructible. Again, really strong mechanic, given a lot of times the party decks fall apart because they just target your biggest party member, or the one party member that's really benefiting English from the whole party aspect, right? So with Selfless, you keep that Squad Commander alive and living, right? We also have 3 copies of Concerted Defense, so we have 6 total copies of like defenses on our spell, on our board, on our creatures, so to speak, right? Now, Concerted Defense, of course, counter target non-creature spells, so it can be artifact, enchantment, planeswalker, instant sorcery, any of that stuff. As long as it's not a creature, you can counter it. Anyways, unless its controller pays 1 plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. Now, obviously, if you have a single creature down, they have to pay 2. 3 creatures, they have to pay 4, and so on and so forth. Of course, again, Maskwood makes this card really good. It's like a 1 mana spell pierce, except it can end up making your opponent pay 4 instead of just 2, so super strong. Anyways, Acquisitions Expert, we've talked about Malakir, we've talked about Dire Tactics. This is a really strong one as well, and you know, generally you wouldn't be able to fully utilize it in a deck like this where you have vampires and dogs and all that kind of stuff. But again, we have the Maskwood and we do play a lot of surrounding creatures, so you can pretty much always be sure you'll have a human down, and then this is just excellent removal, right? 2 mana, exile target creature. Cool. It's just as cool. We also have 3 copies of Skyclave Apparition. Again, this ties back into the Maskwood because Maskwood turns us into a cleric and a wizard and a rogue and a warrior. So we're able to play these creatures that have huge value, which we normally, again, don't get to in party decks, and still tie them back in. We're also playing 2 copies of Brazen Borrower, Bounce Effect, and you get a 3/1, and it's a rogue, so, you know, ties all of it together. We have Linvala, Shield of Seagate, also 3 mana, 3/3, Angel Wizard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, again another full party benefit here, choose target non-land permanent opponent controls until your next turn. It can't attack or block, which means you're just X-naying. If they have a 4 clicks, no blocking for you, no attacking. Anyways, and its activated abilities can't be activated, so of course you can choose a Planeswalker and the Yugen can't minus and exile everything, which is really nice given this happens at the beginning of combat on your turn. So you can play this in your main phase, go to combat, target that Yugen, target that whatever, and then it's sort of X-nayed for the rest of their turn, so to speak, their next turn, their upcoming turn. You know what I mean? Yeah, we also have 2 copies of Agadeems to help you bring back all these creatures, because of course you have a wide range, and Agadeems works really well when you have this sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 creature alignment, and well, we do, so you can bring everything from Squad Commander all the way back to the good old doggo, right? Up here in the top end, well, sort of top end, right? We have Coveted Prize, 5 mana sorcery. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it's an edit card. Basically, look in your library, grab it out. If you have a full party, you may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. AKA, if you have 4 creatures down and Maskwood, or 4 creatures that are in a party down, you can pull a spell out and play it for free. You can, you know, pull Squad Commander, play it for free. Pull Linvala, play it for free. Blah, 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 blah. So it's a really nice card to give you, well, exactly what you need in order to get ahead or start getting back ahead or finish them out or whatever. Then we also have 1 copy of Spools of Adventure. I've thought about going up in number of this card, but you know, I go back and forth. Anyway, 6 mana instant speed. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. So again, more benefits per party member. You gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. So you can get this down to 2 mana, and 2 mana instant speed, draw 3, gain 3 is insane value, let me tell you now. But again, it's, you know, reliant on you having creatures down / maybe having the Maskwood. Now, I keep talking about having the Maskwood down, and you're like, Chance, if that's the only way to the full party, the deck doesn't make too much sense, but it's not. We have Cleric, we have Rogue, we have Wizard, and we have Warrior. So we do have full party potential just in the creatures that we have within the deck. But of course, Maskwood is going to increase that likelihood, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for the tech breakdown. I hope y'all enjoyed. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and subscribe if you want to see more. Don't forget to hit that bell icon as well, and share it out to a friend if you've been enjoying the intros, if you've been enjoying the deck tech breakdowns or the gameplay or whatever. You may have it, right? Even the decks themselves, because I know I try to bring a little bit of spice with them as well. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop into this masked party. Nestio. That reminds me of Nestle, like Toll House. Anyways, we're going to keep this because we do theoretically have 3 mana. We don't have access to the Skyclave, but 1 white mana solves that problem, so sure. Probably not our strongest creatures to start out with, but we'll make it work. I can go ahead and drop this as blue mana, set us up for the Nimble. Ooh, well, there's our Skyclave if we want it. There is our Skyclave. And our Nimble Trap Finder can get through on the next turn if we wanted to. Might also get taken out here to a Bone Crusher, but we'll see. Nope, just foretell. Just foretelling down the road. So, Acquisition needs black mana to come in. Skyclave needs white mana to be dropped. We do have Agadeems, though, that could always be dropped as black mana for the acquisitions. We could go ahead and drop that as black mana for the acquisition as well, since we're not going to play Skyclave quite yet. What is with us always drawing the same creature type? We drew clerics last time, now it's only rogues this time, huh? Maybe we just drop you and drop the Agadeem's tapped. Alright. So now if we do throw down acquisitions next turn and they have a creature, we can just swing straight through with it. If they take out one of our creatures, we can still use Coveted Prize if that's something we wanted to do. Alright. Maybe go ahead and find our Maskwood. Can't play it for free, but... Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's fine. Concerted Defenses, a little late to the party there, but that's, you know, as per the usual. As per the usual. So we'll still get them to discard one, which is what we would have done before anyways, because the Nimble Trapfinders, of course, are rogues as well. Yeah, give me that mountain. Ha ha ha. Talk about true domination. Miss some of the deck. How many creatures are you running? I'll have to give it a look after this. I know it's got to be plenty. Close to 20, if I do say so. I really want a Coveted Prize, but I feel like they got counter magic. Let's go with the acquisition, swing in, see if they, you know, maybe they want to remove it. No, I can't just drop a Coveted Prize like that. You know, I feel like that's the wrong move. They showed 3 obvious mana for counter. No. Thundering Rebuke. Again, if we pay this, it will take all of their mana, which will set us up for maybe a Coveted Prize. No, because we still need to draw one. All right, well, let's just take this then. Let's just take it on the chin. No biggie. They only have 2 mana, which means they don't have the mana for a counter spell, and I do have the mana for Coveted Prize. I think we just run this out here. Now, I'm tempted to grab Maskwood Nexus, but... Oh, they could have Negate, I guess. Or Jawari. There's so many counter spells nowadays that only cost 2 mana. Why do you do this to me? Alright, so there's Spools if we want it. Maybe we should wait for their turn. Hell, I really don't know at this point. They casting mana, or casting counter spells left and right. Brazen, that's our opportunity. That is our opportunity. Alright, so we have plenty of lands drawn out here. We only have 20 lands in the deck, which means we only have 12 left. We should only have 12 left. Oh, no, we have 13, because there's an Agadeem's. So we have 13 lands left in the deck. Out of 44 cards, we should be drawing a lot of playables for the foreseeable future, which is, you know, sign me up. That makes me a happy camper. So I want to drop Skyclave, and I think Arc Priest, and have mana for Concerted. And then if they can live, then I can drop Linval in the next turn and protect them further. I think that's how I want to run this, so... I take it thou. Well... Hold up, because I could get Linvala down and have... Maybe I should have done Linvala and Arc Priest, and then I could have had Concerted Defenses for a little bit more. Let me run out this Fabled Passage. Make sure I don't screw myself by thinking I have a basic that I don't have. Alright, so I do have all the basics. So I have 3 whites and only 2 blues down. Let's get another blue. And if I drop Linvala, I can have that mana available. I think Linvala hits for more as well, and it's more mana efficient. So let's just drop Linvala. Holla holla, get Linvala. Let's hope Concerted is enough, but I think maybe I should have dropped the Arc Priest and Linvala and taken 3 more from the Brazen. Been a little bit patient with the Skyclave, actually. That's alright. Because what if they turn around and drop a Bone Crusher or something, you know what I mean? Thundering Rebuke. To take out Linvala, I think I just sacrifice her and give Indestructible, right? Maybe even Hexproof. We'll just give her Indestructible. I don't know what they got. I'll concede to the Thundering Rebuke. No, more... Wow. We have just drawn up a Landstorm. Well, on the bright side, we should only have 12 lands left in deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. It's tricky how this is always one off, isn't it? It's a motherfucker, huh? Well, that is kind of my fault, because if I had gotten down Linvala and Arc Priest, it would have been enough to counter for the Linvala. Of course, no, because then we would have had Linvala there. Alright, so that was all my bad then. That was all my bad. Should have played Arc Priest and Linvala in the same turn, and we could have avoided that nasty situation there. I bet you they have more lands in their deck than us. Ooh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Well, we've drawn half of our lands and less than half of our deck so far. That's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. It's alright. Just means when I do get to the good stuff, I can afford it. Sure. I mean, why not? Why would I not cast this spell? That's the real question there. I think we go for the Maskwood as it can produce creatures. We can't play it this turn. Well, hell, I guess this is the turn we should play it, actually. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I think more blue is necessary, and we'll go for this. And if they go for the counter spell, we can counter their counter, you know. You draw me now, I'll pay it all day. I won't even play Concerted, I'll just pay the 1. Maskwood lands, let's go. How much does it cost? It only costs 3 mana. Well, thank goodness I got mana out the wazoo, baby. Out the wazoo. We're gonna be creating shapeshifting partiers. Sounds like one crazy time. Shuffler's fine, nothing to see here. That is correctamundo. There's nothing. You just pay no attention to the lands behind the curtain. This is not the droids you're looking for. Hey, a little bit of Malakir action. Alrighty. Well, let's activate the Maskwood so Malakir can at least come down and deal a little bit more damage, right? A little bit more damage. Like 2. Like one extra damage, but it, you know, if she can land, that is. Hello? Nestio. Necesito. You know, that's just mean. Why you gotta have so much destruction? Also, how do you draw so many playables, bruh? How's that just occur? I'm curious. All right, well, this is all fun. This is you know, it'd be nice if I could draw into spools and use said spools. I'm gonna take this damage on the chin. I defend and I'm losing everything. You know, sometimes you gotta take it on the chin to know what's real. Selfless, come on down, buddy. I could use your help more than ever. All right, so now at least Concerted is just like we're just building with Concerted. Now try and cast a spell, you bastard. We gotta hit them at some point, you know? Gotta let them know what's up, crack the dome eventually. Don't have Shark Typhoon. There you go. Of course, I guess if they had it, they'd always just cast it whenever they want. Maze Mind to draw a card, and then dump the rest into Midnight. Yes. Alright, so it's going up to 8, 9, 10 on our turn. Goodness gracious, they're gonna restock soon. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen. We need an answer. We do have 3 party members down, which is pretty incredible. It means if we go to cast this, they're gonna have to pay 4. Yeah. Do I make them pay 4 for a Brazen? Like ultimately pay 6 for a Brazen? It only leaves them with 5 mana. I'm sure they can afford that though. Ah, you dirty bastard. Alright. We're going 3. Going to 3. My turn. I'm gonna need the draw of the century. Dire Tactics. Well, it's not the world's worst card. We can take out one of their creatures, right? I don't think I can afford to attack this turn, that's for sure. I'm gonna need another Malakir or something quick. So Midnight Clock is gonna proc for them. I think this is actually just a GG. I don't, you know, we drew too many lands. We can't even realistically counter that. Like they can still pay for that. Red line. You gotta draw it out because there's two eyes. So it's like red line. You know, minus the fact that we're gonna have to pull this for the Arc Priest, I think it's all right. Because turn 2, we can still have Arc Priest and then Concerted Defenses to sort of protect our Arc Priest, right? So we should be all right going this path, I think. You know, they played a tap land. There's no need for us to disguise this any longer. We're grabbing a swamp, or a plains. I lied. It's unfortunate that we already have so many basics in our hand here. You know, you do what you gotta do. So we will get down Arc Priest. We still have Concerted Defenses, which will make our opponent have to pay 2 if they want to cast a non-creature spell, right? Malakir in the house. Do I want to drop Malakir and still have Concerted Defense mana up? I think so. I think it plays well into the curve. Drop some 2, and then Arc Priest will go up to 2 as well. So overall, we're dealing 4 this turn. We also still have Counter Magic available. Sorry, I only dropped some 1. Are you both? You're both clerics. I'm a fool. For some reason, I thought Malakir was a wizard. Don't mind me. Omen, we'll let them have it because I think that our Concerted Defense should be used on better targets, right? Anyways, I've had my cup of coffee this morning. I don't know if y'all can tell. There's mornings where I don't have coffee and mornings where I do. The mornings where I do, I'm definitely more awake, alert, and, in my opinion, entertaining. But, you know, that's just one humble man's opinion. So we are up against Azorius because I don't see another color coming into play. Could maybe be Esper, but... So I'm feeling a board wipe coming along here, you know? It's just feeling very board wipe-ish. Do I need more blue mana or more white mana? Well, given we have the Arc Priest and the Dire Tactics, I'm going to say we need more white mana. We only have the Concerted Defenses right now, so we're living in the moment. Which may come back and bite me in the ass. We'll find out. We'll find out. So we're going to get in for 3 here, taking the opponent down to 15. We still have mana for Dire Tactics and Concerted Defenses in case they want to play a creature and we don't want to counter said creature, then we can take it out. Or we can counter or whatever. So let us see. Are they going to foretell again and then keep up counter magic? Yeah, foretell. And I'm guessing they still have counter magic. So we're only finding our answers here. Do I drop the Agademes as a land? I think so. I think we can afford to do that. All in. Still getting them for 4. 4 free damage. You know, I certainly won't sneeze at it. It's unfortunate that they don't play any creatures and we have 2 Dire Tactics. So as of right now, it's a little dead. Scry 2, draw 2. Again, I think we have to let them have it because we got to use this Concerted Defenses to try and counter board wipe, which... We're getting into the territory where even the counter magic won't be enough because, of course, we only have clerics down. So it's only going to make them, you know, pay 2. And if they have a 3 mana counter spell, which Doomscar is, then they will be able to pay that. So see, yeah, I could play this, but they're going to be able to pay for that. All right, well, we've got to resolve it. No need in wasting our counter spell there. Oh, and then we get our... Alright, well, we can't cast that now. We could have cast it before, but not now. That's fine. Alright, red line. Show me what you got. More land, more scryage. Sure, sure. We're looking for more creatures. Looking for more creatures. Another Dire Tactics. Okay. Alright, sure, sure. If they try to play a creature, we got them. At least they are playing quick, you know. I won't say most. A lot of control players play very slowly, so I'm happy that they are pretty expedient with their decision making and with their tapping and whatnot, you know what I mean? So are we about to see? Nope, just foretell again. But why did they tap 3 mana if it was just foretell, I wonder? Okay, maybe foretelling again. Nope, 3 mana. Sacrifice and scry. They must have the 2 mana draw 2 again. Scry 2. That whole ordeal. We're getting more mana. I think this comes down as black mana, so if we do draw into another Agadeems, we could actually activate it. We also have a Spoils of Adventure that we could try to throw out on their turn, but we only have 1 blue mana, so we have to be kind of careful about that, as they can counter it. Try to wait for them to tap all out. Resolve all of these. I don't think it's going horrible. You know, they are still at 11 health, so if we can get our foot back in the game, so to speak. I could go for the Concerted Defense. It's going to cost them to tap everything, but then I can't follow it up with Spoils of Adventure, so I think I have to actually let this happen. If I try to play my Spoils, I know they counter it. I know they have a 2 mana counter set aside there. I just can't afford that, right? But if I don't jam it in now, I might regret it. Wait, let's go for it. We're either pulling out the counter spell or we're getting the you know, draw 3, gain 3 kind of thing, so. Oh, there it is, negate. Alright, well, we tried. That's what really matters. There's the Agadeem, so at least this won't get countered. Make sure we do this correctly, right? Now, 1 of you and 1 of you. Submit. Now, deal a little bit of damage there. We do have Dire Tactics available for the free ski to take out the sharks, so, you know, maybe they'll come in handy. We have the Concerted Defense, but opponent is getting pretty high. We have to do this. Even though they can pay for it, we have to. They're about to get a big old shark, so we have to make sure they can't follow it up with anything really here. I think that's the right play. I might be wrong. Maybe we should have saved it for their next turn. It's just they have so much mana, you know? And we, unfortunately, have only seen 3 creatures so far. Probabilities are not in our favor today. Alright. You got me. GG. The value is it's just too much. Anyways, Lucy and Cad. We're gonna go into this match much different. We got the Temple of Silence. We're gonna try and get that down out and early. You're a little too high priority. We need some land, actually, so scry that one away. I think we dropped the Hinge Gate as blue mana, so we have access to that stuff. Yeah, take an extra copy of Brazen. I'm fine with that, actually. If they beat us with a party deck, I just want everyone to know I'm going to be a slightly salty dog. Nighthawk Scavenger. Alright, let it resolve. Let it resolve. Acquisition. And there we go. Alright, so we have the counter magic available if they want to cast a non-creature. If they want to cast down their Nighthawk again, that's fine. We can have Brazen come down on the next turn, instant speed to block it, right? So no big deal there. Maskwood, well, now we just need some more mana. Alright, so save for the Brazen, I think. And if they happen to cast something, then we can, of course, Concerted and then use Giant Killer to tap the Nighthawk so they don't get that. Alright, so that trade was fine. That is a Maskwood, which will help the Giant Killer to proc the Malakir, but we lose access to Concerted Defense. Not that they've played any non-creatures so far. Actually, this might be the best opportunity for us. I almost would be willing to bet that that foretell card they have out there is Rise of the Dreadmarn. Given the stuff that I've seen so far. No, it's a Skull Raid. Oh, that's good. That's some good stuff. So we need to keep the Coveted Prize. Ultimately, I think we discard these two. I like the Malik here, but we need to keep a Concerted Defense, and like I said, Coveted Prize is really good given our current situation of being able to tap Maskwood and have mana for Concerted Defense. So that's going to be our play come their turn. I don't want to cast Coveted Prize right now because that sort of leaves us with our pants down, you know? Pass to attackers. Surely they're not going to attack, right? That'd be kind of silly. Alright. Activate. Maskwood, 2/2 blue shapeshifter. So also make our Concerted a little stronger, right? Heartless Act. Do I care to... I mean, on the one hand, yes, I want to counter that so that way we can cast Spoils on our next turn and it costs less. But on the other, is it ultimately worth it? Sure. I talked about countering more aggressively in our previous games. Let's stick to it. Let's counter aggressively. Alright, so that's our Spoils of War if we want it, or we could use Coveted Prize, go diving, and find something that we want in the deck. Maybe a 2-mana spell, pull it out. I kind of just want to go for the Spoils of Adventure, though. Draw 3. There's a Squad Commander and a Skyclave. Bright Climb coming down as white mana allows us to get to that Skyclave. Coming down as black mana allows us to use Agadeems. So I'm a little torn here as to what I should do. So we have 3, and that would be a 1, so Agadeems could potentially bring back 3, and they only have 1 creature down. I think I have to play this for white mana, and go from there. Our 2/2 can swing in here. If nothing else, maybe ring them for a little bit of damage, right? Alright, Lucian. Show me what you got. Castle? I'm alright with that. Maybe we should be playing a few castles. Rankle, I'm not alright with that. That one's not a fun one. So of course we block the acquisitions. They may choose to sacrifice a creature here. If so, I think I sacrificed a shapeshifter to leave Giant Killer. Giant Killer can keep the Rankle tapped, right? Of course, we're gonna have Skyclave come down. So what are we discarding here? Not the Agadeems. I think we discard the Squad Commander, and then maybe we can use Agadeems to get it back, actually, right? Because we only need 1, 2 mana. Sacrifice a creature, we have to sacrifice the 2/2. So again, we can keep the Giant Killer and tap that if we want to. Tap that if I wants to. So Skyclave comes down, and I think Malakir comes down, right? That costs 3. Of course, that's free, so maybe we... No. Yeah, it is Malakir. All right, so give me the Rankle. Malakir will come down and deal 3, right? Yeah. I don't want to play Agadeems. Just ring them with the Giant Killer. Alright, so things are going okay. Coveted Prize only costs us 2 mana as of next turn. We could also just get down a Maskwood, which costs us 3 mana to get a Shapeshifter, and then Coveted Prize. Ooh, making us discard. I have to discard the Agadeems here as much as I don't wanna, right? Because Coveted Prize allows us to find whatever we want to, so we have to keep it. So, yeah. Yeah. Activate. And there's that. And then this is free. Free. So we have a full party. We can go Squad Commander and plop down a ton of units. Linvala does help protect us. I think we go for the Squad Commander, though, as it is the biggest bet, right? Plop that down real quick. Alright, now we can also tap their Lordus if we want to. Would I rather tap it on their turn? If we tap it now, I can swing it with Skyclave and Malakir. Suppose I could have swung in with Giant Killer as well. This is fine, though. Potentially putting them down to 11. Alright. We do have a big board. Squad Commander could allow us to finish them off, but again, they could just destroy Squad Commander here. We don't have the defenses really needed. We don't have the Concerted Defense or the Selfless Savior down. But even without them, we have a lot of units to throw at them. right? And Maskwood means we have an ever-growing army, so that's good. I have a feeling like we're due for a land, though. I know we just drew a land, but we've sort of been drawing too good, you know, to not. Heraldic Banner, gonna make them all a little bit stronger, but that's fine because Giant Killer can still tap the Looter, so they at least won't gain off that. They can gain off the Null Priest, which is really one of my biggest concerns. Falmir, I'm not worried about. Hala Hala Gitlin Vala. This is really good because it can also... what is this? At the beginning of combat on your turn. Oh, that's so good. So we can tap a creature. We can also use Linvala. So we can turn offline their Null Priest and their Lordurus, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to win this game hard and strong. Strong and hard? I don't know. We're going to win it. We're going to win it. All in. Next. Because now they can't block with their Null Priest, so they can't get any life. The Death Toucher doesn't actually work, and all of our creatures got boosted damage. Lucy and Cad, GG. But we're playing in a magic universe where math doesn't exist. Huggernaut, not Juggernaut, but Huggernaut. We're going to keep this hand because we do theoretically have 3 lands with the Agadeem, so I think that'll be enough. Hopefully. Hopefully. We have a little bit of every color, which is generally all I'm really looking for as well. I say we lead out with Yield and Giant Killer. We can trade out for the Usher if we want to. They might create a 1/1 off the backside of that, though. Robber. Yeah, so do we trade out with the Usher, I guess is the question. They got a concerted defense. Well, I like the way that works. So block here. Alright, let's go no blocks. And we will just have Dire Tactics ready for their turn. Alright, let's board wipe. Let's just trade a Ruski, I guess. Seasoned Hollowblade, sure. Alright, so we have Arc Priest and Nimble Trap Finder, both of which we can drop. I think I want to go for Linvalda, though. We don't really have enough blue mana to afford to not, I don't think. Maybe I should have dropped the Murkwater as blue and had Agadeems come down as black for the Dire Tactics, but that would have cost us 3 extra life to run that out. I guess we could have got down to Nimble Trap Finder to trade with the... Well, that's just fun. That's just fun stuff. Maskwood comes down next turn, but we're kind of in a pickle already. Alright. If they can live, we do have concerted mana, but considering their source of removal is Skyclaves, I could certainly see them having more Skyclaves just plop down. Or a Bone Crusher. This is Boros we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So, Luminart. We'll take the 6 here, go down to 7. You can't afford to trade out here. As much as you may want to, like, if you do, what are you leaving yourself? Nothing? Okay, yeah, sure, cool. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So we'll just get down Maskwood, we'll have the concerted defense mana, we'll hope that can counter, you know, if they have an Embercleave or whatever. We may have to end up trading out here because we're getting too low to not trade. Our back is against the wall. That gets countered for sure. For sure. So finally, Concerted Defenses comes online, comes in handy. What are we trading here? Because we got to trade something. We're trading something with the season, I think. We got to let the Skyclave go through, maybe? Something like this. Let's see what they discard. Hopefully not a land. It's a Shepherd. Alright. At least that's a creature. Agadeems. We have enough to bring back 2, I think, right? Yeah. Alright. Uno, dos, auto pay. So, at least we got some stuff we can trade out with here. Need a Malik here. Or a Coveted Prize, that wouldn't be bad either. So I still expect the all-in swing a Rooski here. We really need Giant Killer to live so we can start tapping the Skyclave. Right? So we can pay 2 mana to start taking that out every single turn. So I feel like we might trade here. They do discard their last card. It's a Giant Killer. Selfless. Is that enough for us? We can create a creature. We can tap that. Yeah. Can we do this on their turn? Yeah. Alright. We're living. Very barely. We're living by 1 health. And we have to hope that they didn't hit it like a Bone Crusher here, or any sort of removal, instant speed, right? Alright, well, we're still making them discard. They are still growing. This does mean that we can get down to Selfless, so that's good. Alright. We're living. If they get a Maul, we're a little screwed. I could block Giant Killer into Skyclave, Selfless into Season, and create Maskwood to block Luminarch. Now I'm thinking... maybe that wasn't the best play. Maybe we should have tapped them preemptively. Maybe, oh maybe, oh. Damn it! 7 out of 13, ladies and gentlemen. We got 20 in the deck. We drew 7 out of 13. Sorry, 6 out of 13. Still, very close to 50%. Alright, well, we lose. Sucks, but they just built up Luminarch. It's alright though, as long as we're having a good time with it, that's all that matters. Shelzor. Shelzor. You know, Giant Killer, why can't you be a cleric or something, a wizard? I don't think I can keep this hand. I know, like, we draw lands out the wazoo, but if I keep this hand, we're not going to, you know what I mean? Oh, whatever, whatever. Let it bite me in the ass. Hello, hello, Shelzor. We'll find that mana. Don't you worry your pretty little head, ladies and gents. We will find that mana. Until then, though, we're gonna play as though we're just trying to get these creatures down, I think. So we have cleric, wizard, and a warrior. We just need a rogue. This will be one heck of a time, man. Oh, look at that card draw. Look at that card draw into everything I needed. Get them, giant killer. Mess them up. Ruin their day. So they probably have an Omen of the Sea here, is what I'm guessing. Drop the Malik here. Chip them for the cheeky 1 damage. I really need some blue mana. Yeah. Really need some blue mana. 1 that turns online Linvala. 2 turns online Concerted Defense. Don't know which one I value more right now, but I know that that's where I want to be. That's where... Isn't that part of a song? I feel like that's part of a song. That's got to be part of a song. Any Hoosers. What you got, Shelzor? Sounds like you know, either a good guy or a bad guy on an old cartoon, on an old like 90s TV show. Shelzor. No land for us. Living La Vida landless. Not to be confused with lawless or loco-less or loco full. I'll stop being a fool. How about that? Anyways, back to the whole Shelzor topic. How many of you out there actually watched the old 90s cartoons? They were a little rough, yeah? They were a little rough. I wish I had my Concerted Defenses. Boy howdy, there's nothing I would love to counter more than that binding with my Concerted, but it's okay. He's fine. Nothing to see here. Alright, so we do have Squad Commander that can come down, but he's only going to create 1. Only going to create 1. Alright, get him, Linvala. I mean, you know, giant killer for right now, but Linvala later. Holla, holla. Get Linvala. If I drop Squad Commander, we'll get 2 1/1s, but I still need at least 1 more mana so we can have the Concerted Defense mana up after Squad Commander, right? Because then we can at least make them pay 3 for a non-creature spell, which should be good enough theoretically. Of course, they could just drop another Binding the Old Gods here and ruin our Linvala wholeheartedly. We don't want to see that, of course, but 'tis the way the cookie crumbles every once in a while. Our cookie crumbles a lot, but yeah, we don't need to get into all of that semantics. I think maybe we might should run a few more temples actually for the split lands. I think with how costly our deck is sort of here and there, we might want to run like some Temples of Enlightenment, honestly. Because we don't have Triomes for Esper, which, you know, Woo! It's like I can see the future. I can see the future, and it's bright, ladies and gentlemen. It's bright. At this point, I just want to hit them. I just want to deal damage before they get to ultimatum. They're at 6 mana now. All they need is 1 land. If they hit the ultimatum, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I can't do it. Is this live or pre-recorded? Well, does that tell you? Does that answer your question? It should answer your question. All right, so they don't have the mana. They do. Just ultimatum me if you're gonna ultimatum me, Shelzor. Put me out of my misery. Pull the trigger. Our problem so far has been mana. Yeah. So far it's just been mana every game, huh?